Now at 6 o'clock, reaction to a new overnight shelter that's coming to Portland's Pearl District.
Want the collaboration of the community. No one said anything to us at all.
If there's a building and it's available, to me, it makes sense.
A live report on the city's plans coming up.
And another mass layoff is coming to Intel starting next month. What we know about the cuts.
Also this morning, a little fun on the Sunrise Show. This is a live look from Westmoreland Park in Southeast Portland. We're talking milk carton boat races. The races are back this weekend, Sunday, as a matter of fact, out there in the Selwood area of Southeast Portland. I see the kids paddling.
Look at the kiddos.
I see the kids paddling. They're not getting very far, but maybe they don't want to go too far because then they would miss the Sunrise Show. That makes sense. We will have more details on this year's races and a look at some of the boats as we kick off the 6 o'clock hour of Sunrise right now.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Wednesday. I'm China Green.
And I'm Drew Carney, and we have some big Sunrise news to share with you before we get to Rod's forecast. Big news! More Sunrise Show coming your way starting today. We're going to stream live for 2 extra hours every weekday morning from 7 to 9, only on our TV app KGW Plus. So if you're already watching us on Plus, you're right where you need to be. If you're not on KGW Plus yet, you can download the app on your smart TV for free through Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV. It is the only way to catch the extra 2 hours of the Sunrise Show live between 7 and 9 a.m.
And Rod said his best performance is going to be at 8:45, so tune in for that.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. I mean, I know you viewers at home agree with me. I could be an absolute mess at 5:30, 6, 6:30, even 7. But by 8:45,
by golly,
I'm going to dial it in.
Solid.
All right. Good morning. Our forecast is on track. We have that push of low clouds. The low cloudiness, in fact, producing some light moisture, which is what you're seeing on radar behind me. So the green scattered showers now over the Coast Range. We've had more scattered shower activity north of the Columbia than south, but radar has shown some showers coming through Portland and even a few down around Salem. The cloud deck for the most part is solid. This is the only valley cam I see with any breaks and a little bit of early morning color. That's good visibility over the Dundee Hills from the camera at Domain Serene Winery, but there are the solid clouds over downtown Portland. It's cleared out a little bit. Last time I saw this camera just 10-15 minutes ago, it looked like there were some showers over the West Hills. This is now reporting a little bit of light moisture out along the Columbia River at PDX, where it's 60. So this will be a morning thing. I think in the afternoon hours, noon probably still cloudy, 62, and then eventually some partial gradual clearing would get us up to about 71 for a high. That's your forecast.
All right, thank you, Rod. We are keeping an eye on traffic as well this morning, of course. And one problem spot we've seen so far, the upper deck of the Markham Bridge. You can see that stalled pickup truck there over to the left-hand side of the screen. That has definitely slowed some things down on the upper deck of the Markham Bridge. So be mindful of that as you head out the door.
New this morning, Portland police arrested 2 people late last night at the South Waterfront ICE facility. Police say that shortly after 10 o'clock last night, a demonstrator vandalized the facility. An hour later, police arrested a second demonstrator who they say threw a rock at a federal officer. The 2 suspects face charges, including criminal mischief and attempted assault of a peace officer. Yesterday on Sunrise, we told you about state leaders in Washington who were outraged that health data from the state's Medicaid program, Apple Health, was given to federal immigration authorities without their knowledge.
So since then, we've learned that Oregon could be faced with this same situation. According to the Lund report, the Trump administration has given the state until July 30th to hand over personal information from the Medicaid-funded Oregon Health Plan. The Oregon Health Authority did not respond to a question from the Lund report about whether it intends to comply with this or not. The health authority simply said it will continue to evaluate the request. The Associated Press reported earlier that top Medicaid officials fought to block the transfer of personal information to immigration officials, citing both legal and ethical concerns. But 2 top advisors to U.S. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. ordered that type of information be handed over. The Trump administration is aiming to make sure that undocumented immigrants aren't getting any Medicaid benefits. The administration says those benefits are meant for only, quote, law-abiding Americans. 7 states, you see from this map here, 7 states, including Oregon and Washington, currently allow non-citizens to enroll in their state's Medicaid program with full benefits.
The White House says ICE can once again detain workers in the agriculture and hospitality sectors. So that move has garnered a big reaction from the Oregon Wine Growers Association, which called migrant workers the backbone of the industry. Now, this comes after ICE arrested a vineyard business owner from Newburgh last week. He's currently being held in an immigration facility in Tacoma. And now the Yamhill County Commissioner says he is concerned both for workers and Oregon's $8 billion wine industry.
Not only is our leading industry going to slow down, but also it bleeds into manufacturing, it bleeds into construction, in every aspect of our economy.
Meanwhile, the Oregon Restaurant and Lodging Association told us it's providing resources to help its members navigate immigration-related matters.
The city of Portland is pushing forward with a controversial plan to put an overnight homeless shelter in the Pearl District. That shelter would be big enough to support 200 beds.
And though some neighbors are pushing back here, Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us from the Pearl District. So Thomas, what do nearby residents have to say?
Yeah, well, China, some residents are frustrated because there's another shelter just a couple of blocks away. They also say that this plan is going to hurt the value of their homes. Regardless of those opinions, the city is saying they're pushing forward with this idea. Right now, the city of Portland is in the planning stage of the project. They say the shelter will give people sleeping on the streets a safer option. It'll be low barrier, meaning people can stay here while drunk or high. They just can't bring drugs into the shelter. And this facility will also help Mayor Keith Wilson reach his goal of adding 1,500 overnight shelter beds by December.
Make sure that they have a safe and place to sleep each night, to get them off the street so that they can get up and do the work that they need to do to move on to their next step of their housing journey.
Now, once again, neighbors do have mixed opinions. Some say this shelter doesn't solve the bigger problem of addiction. They worry about how close it'll be to a Blanchet House women's shelter housing 75 women a couple blocks away, though others say it does make sense to add it here in the Pearl District.
They want the collaboration of the community. No one said anything to us at all.
What are you going to do? Say, well, they have to be out there somewhere else. I mean, if there's a building and it's available, to me, it makes sense.
So, flurry of mixed opinions you heard right there. Now, the city says they do not have any listening sessions currently planned with residents here in the Pearl District. They are meeting with community associations, though, as they do site planning for this site behind us to eventually become an overnight shelter. Drew, China.
All right, Thomas Schultz reporting live for us this morning there in the Pearl District. Meanwhile, the city of Vancouver has landed almost $3 million in new grants to help with its homeless response. The money will be used to add employees to the city's homeless outreach team and also help with a new shelter that's currently under construction and is set to open in Vancouver next year.
Peabot crews have been working to remove trees that had been blocking the main access road to Washington Park since March. Peabot says that the 5 big leaf maples on top of the slope were impacting stability and contributed to landslides on Southwest Tishner Drive just off West Burnside. This is just the first step to try to reopen that access. Over the next 2 months, Peabot also plans to install a barrier and remove loose rock and debris.
All right.
All right.
Fun time on the Sunrise Show. Fun by way of milk carton boats. We've got some in the Westmoreland Park casting pond this morning. A little preview of the big event happening on Sunday. It is the annual Royal Rosarians Milk Carton Boat Races, the final event for this year's Rose Festival. What do you call those things? Minions, right?
Minions.
Got a minion milk carton boat out there. All these boats, I think it's worth mentioning time and time again, if you're not familiar with this event, all of these boats are only floating because of milk carton boats or milk cartons that are attached to the bottom of these boats.
Wow.
Some special engineering is required to figure out how many milk cartons do we need to keep ourselves from sinking in the Westmoreland Park casting pond. The event, by the way, starts with an opening ceremony on Sunday at 11:45. The racing starts at noon. The paddling is happening this morning there, Rod Hill, and so far all of those boats appear to be very seaworthy. I see no tipping.
No tipping.
There's no way I could figure out how to do that.
I will say the boats, they've just gotten better over the years, Mr. Carney. I mean, you go back 20 years, I think, where the boats are used to be, I don't know if that's going to float, but they put out pretty good boats now. Here's the Chehalem Tasting Room camera out in Sherwood. I call it the barn camera. Beautiful country setting over the vineyard. You can see the solid clouds. This area has seen some light passing rain, we've noticed already this morning, but currently not. Here are the clouds. We know the PDX, you get up north along the Columbia, see where the visibility gets lower. reporting a little bit of light rain up that direction. So maybe if you're passing or going over the Glen Jackson or the Interstate Bridge this morning, you'll find, if you're leaving now, a little bit of light rain in the region, 60 out at the airport. So a rain jacket if you're going to be outdoors for a while, because yes, we have the clouds and we do have reports of light showers out there. 58 in Gresham, 59 in Hillsborough. Westland, good morning, 58 for you. We're all about the same. A little bit cooler with that said in Silverton and Estacada, 51 and 53. Futurecast, here we are at 9 o'clock this morning, just shows and highlights the low cloud deck, and the green is the chance ongoing of finding a little bit of light moisture out there, and then gradual clearing expected to take hold during the afternoon hours. This is a low cloud start only on the west side of our state. You get up over the Cascades and out into the Dalles, even through the gorge, and it's all beautiful sunny skies. Mid-80s today from Burns, John Day, and Baker City. Trying to get up to around 70 or maybe a touch warmer up and down I-5 this afternoon, and we will need some partial gradual afternoon clearing to do that. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. So today 71, assuming we get sunshine developing during the afternoon. Tomorrow partly cloudy, maybe some early cloudiness, but otherwise partly cloudy, 73 on Thursday. And then rain develops Friday morning. It still looks like this is a 2-day soak, Friday and Saturday. And growing confidence that we will at least pick up a half of an inch of rain, maybe more. We could use it. Then a lingering shower chance on Sunday, maybe. And that's your forecast.